In the past years, I've handled thousands and thousands of cases, allowing me to formulate theories and gather information that the average hypnotist would never discover. This is where I established the connection between what's happening in the human body, the links to past lives, and the interconnections of events in this life that lead to neglected illnesses causing diseases. This concept became evident when I made a connection last week. I work directly with the subconscious mind, or what you may call the oversoul, higher self, or higher consciousness. It is the part that possesses all the information and knowledge, and during my sessions, we establish contact with that part in everyone I work with. It's akin to calling an old friend on the phone because it's amazing to consistently contact the same part through anyone I work with. It maintains a consistent voice, terminology, and overall communication style, serving as proof that there is indeed something else out there that we are in contact with. These individuals are people I've either personally worked with or have had sessions with from various locations. None of them are aware of what I'm seeking, as I refrain from providing any clues at the start of the session. I simply inform them that we'll be communicating with the subconscious, which holds the answers to their problems. Although I refer to it as the subconscious, it extends far beyond the psychiatric explanation for this aspect. Its immense power enables us to achieve instantaneous cures, alleviate diseases, and address allergies, as understanding the root cause at that level results in immediate resolution. This aspect of my work is fascinating because I believe I've uncovered something that the average hypnotist either doesn't use or isn't aware of. Everything we're currently doing has roots in past lifetimes, during periods when civilizations possessed great knowledge and power. When I say they, I'm referring to the subconscious part, which consistently emphasizes that we're not uncovering anything new, rather, we're remembering what we did in the past. We're retrieving lost knowledge and information from the various civilizations we've all lived in. This realization occurs as I tap into these parts during my sessions, a process I've observed in many individuals, particularly those who are healers or aspiring to be healers. This surge seems like an undercurrent and an underground movement, largely unknown to the average person and even the medical community. Many people, including healers, are entering these fields, finding their own paths, and developing their unique techniques. I believe there are no strict rules or regulations governing what is right or wrong. The crucial factor is whether it helps people and channels this energy in a way that feels right. Worldwide, individuals are immersing themselves in energy work and natural alternative healing. They are either opening, building, or planning healing centers. This surge is not coincidental. Hearing about so many people engaging in these activities suggests a profound impact on global health, belief systems, and a significant influence on the medical profession if even half of these envisioned places come to fruition. During my visit to Russia in May, where my books are currently being translated, I experienced Moscow for the first time. They've invited me to return next March. During my stay, I was summoned and taken to a center where doctors and psychiatrists were actively exploring the application of book medicine in Russia. They conveyed the importance of uniting healers globally, proposing an organization similar to Doctors Without Borders, but for healers, which they aptly named Healers Without Borders. Their goal is to unite all individuals working in the alternative field, including herbal medicines and natural remedies. They emphasized a preference for genuine contributors, excluding fakes or charlatans. They asked for my assistance in initiating this in the United States, a project I'll be actively working on in the future. I will be collaborating with these individuals in Russia, aiming to launch this initiative. They mentioned having powerful connections with sponsors interested in supporting this globally. The doctor in charge shared a compelling statistic, stating that, according to the 2000-year statistics, over 42% of Americans believed in and were using alternative medicine, including homeopathy, naturopathy, and herbal remedies. I expressed my surprise, mentioning that such statistics are rarely emphasized in the state, where these practices are often downplayed or portrayed as niche. They undermine the effectiveness of herbal remedies that often prove more beneficial than conventional drugs. The doctor clarified that he was relying on the 2000 statistics, highlighting the disparity in global awareness of events compared to the United States. In my travels, I've noticed that other countries are more informed about global events, receiving news that never reaches the States. The news in the US is often censored and manipulated, providing a limited perspective. Those who solely rely on local news and newspapers are unaware of the broader picture. I have doctors seeking my services as clients, expressing a desire to transition into alternative healing. They are disillusioned with the limitations and side effects of pharmaceutical drugs. Many doctors are now questioning traditional medical approaches and are drawn to alternative healing methods that have existed for millennia. One doctor shared his frustration with signing death certificates after administering chemotherapy, believing it was essentially signing the person's death certificate. He acknowledged the limited efficacy of chemotherapy and the reluctance to attribute the cause of death directly to the treatment on the certificate. These discussions are part of an open forum, and although unconventional, we are encouraged to express our ideas freely. Some doctors are reevaluating their profession, recognizing that the natural health field offers over 200 ways to treat different cancers, compared to the limited options of chemotherapy and radiation. I emphasize that my intention is not to encourage anyone to go against their doctor's advice, but to explore complementary approaches that may enhance overall well-being. In recent weeks, my work has revealed that emotions, stress, and internal conflicts contribute to the development of many cancers. I discussed how holding on to powerful emotions such as anger and resentment, coupled with unresolved karmic issues, can negatively impact the body. Encouragingly, I have found that forgiveness can play a crucial role in alleviating these emotional burdens. However, I recognize that some individuals find forgiveness challenging. It's important to acknowledge the multitude of alternative approaches beyond conventional medical treatments while respecting individuals' choices and consulting with their healthcare professionals. I will be hosting a doctor on my program in a few weeks after my return from the Middle East, where he will discuss the profound impact of the mind on the body. He highlights that if you believe your doctor and medicine are aiding you, it's your mindset and belief system that drive the healing process. The mind plays a natural and crucial role in self-healing, often operating as the driving force behind the apparent effectiveness of hospitals, doctors, and medicines. Many individuals underestimate the power of their minds and how profoundly their thoughts influence their bodies. Now, transitioning to some recent cases, the ones I've shared in the last week and this week represent only a fraction of my findings. Each session reveals something new, especially when individuals approach me with medical diagnoses, and we discover that the root cause is something simple that the person unknowingly does to themselves. While they may not consciously intend to be unwell, we explore why the subconscious is trying to get their attention and what message it is attempting to convey. This therapeutic approach proves potent in facilitating healing. As I depart for the Middle East tomorrow, these shows will be broadcast in my absence. During my stay, I will be teaching my class in Dubai, part of the United Arab Emirates. Having taught this class globally, including in the United States and England, with plans for a class in Holland next March, it seems this technique is yielding remarkable results. The feedback from students suggests that we might have rediscovered or reawakened an ability that was once lost or forgotten, an ability for the mind to aid in the body's healing. This echoes a time, as mentioned in my work, reminiscent of the days of Atlantis when people knew how to collaborate with the body and mind, resulting in a state of wellness. We are now reclaiming these innate powers and talents. Numerous individuals seek to restore lost knowledge and abilities, sensing that they possessed such information and skills in the past. Artists, sculptors, musicians, and others aim to tap into their latent abilities from previous lifetimes, enhancing their current pursuits. In my work, I've learned that anything acquired in other lifetimes, knowledge, talents, abilities, remains stored in the subconscious mind like a vast computer bank. If it's relevant and beneficial for the present life, it can be accessed and reintegrated. However, the subconscious acts as a guide, ensuring that only what is appropriate and conducive to an individual's highest good is brought forward. Sometimes, the subconscious may withhold certain talents or abilities if it deems them unnecessary or not aligned with the person's current life path. This discernment is crucial in navigating the balance between utilizing past knowledge and respecting the unique trajectory of one's present journey. Maybe the way life is supposed to unfold this time around is down a different road, a different way. If this is true, then perhaps we won't reclaim these abilities. But a doctor approached me. He specialized in internal medicine. He expressed that while he was doing his job, he kept sensing there was something more. In another time, he felt he possessed additional information and knowledge, enabling him to heal in a different way. He believed that tapping into this knowledge could significantly enhance his ability to help his patients. Despite taking numerous healing group classes, such as remote viewing, Reiki, and classes focused on seeing inside the body, he hadn't found what he was searching for within traditional medicine. He wondered if this missing link might be from a past life, and he hoped to reclaim that knowledge. Upon regressing him into a past life, he found himself in a role similar to that of a shaman or medicine man. He took care of the people in his tribe or group, demonstrating a remarkable ability to see inside the body. He could identify issues and psychically manipulate organs and muscles, not with physical hands but with psychic hands. In that tribal community, there were no deformities or major diseases, as they knew how to prevent these issues using the power of their minds and their ability to see inside the body. It's intriguing that what we might consider primitive tribes possessed such abilities, prompting the question of who might be more primitive in this context. Despite his desire to pass on this knowledge, he was never able to fully train someone to take on his role. However, he retained the ability to place his hands inside the body and manipulate organs, similar to contemporary psychic surgeons. Some of these practitioners are genuine, not all of them are fraudulent. When this doctor woke up from the regression, the enduring image in his mind was the ability to see inside the body and use psychic hands to manipulate organs. He expressed that, by employing this ability, a patient wouldn't need to understand what he was doing. He could provide better care by seeing inside the body and identifying the true issues. In this specific case, he was permitted to reclaim this lost knowledge because he could apply it in the present time. On a related note, I can attest to the authenticity of psychic surgeons based on another doctor I've interacted with. This doctor, after having sessions with me, shared that he goes to Brazil about once a month to spend time with a renowned psychic surgeon named John of God. Despite skepticism and attempts to discredit such practitioners, this doctor witnessed John of God performing numerous miraculous acts. The doctor even built a house there to have a place to stay when he visits, emphasizing that there is no room for fraud in the proceedings. While not every case may be genuine, these instances demonstrate the use of long-lost knowledge from our ancestors and past lifetimes in some cases. They're able to bring this back and use it now, so these things are real. In one case, a doctor sought to reclaim instinctive knowledge stored in his subconscious mind. Another instance involved a woman deeply immersed in herbs and oils. Upon regression, she revisited a past life in ancient Greece, where she was adept in working with oils and herbs, possessing extensive knowledge of various plants and their uses. The knowledge acquired in past lives doesn't vanish with the body's demise, it is stored in the subconscious mind. Consequently, the subconscious allowed her to bring back the information on plants, herbs, and their applications to aid her current practice. An interesting aspect emerged. Since the names of plants differed in ancient Greece from our contemporary nomenclature, the subconscious guided her to consult a library or bookstore. It advised her to acquire a book featuring pictures of various plants and flowers. Upon seeing a picture, the memory would be triggered, enabling her to recall the plant's uses and how to apply it. This process became a valuable method to tap into ancient, lost knowledge and talents, allowing their incorporation into present-day life. The ability to access and utilize such ancient wisdom is an aspect of the work I engage in when individuals come to me with diverse reasons for regression sessions.